Hey guys, Caleb here with a quick review for the movie Possum. This is a movie that just was released yesterday on VOD and Vudu, maybe other streaming services, and also I just found out about this movie yesterday, so I went into this movie pretty blind, didn't watch a single trailer. I saw what kind of reviews it was getting, so it had some buzz around it, and also just judging by the poster. The poster was magnificent. I was like, I want to check this out and see how good of a horror movie it is and see if it's as unsettling as some people are saying. And almost from the very first scene of the movie, you are sort of thrown into this fever dream of a movie. Go from nightmares to surreal imagery to things that may or may not be real. And I can't lie, this movie got under my skin. For as long as the movie is 85 minutes, a good portion of it is kind of confusing. You're wondering if it's going to be just this art house film through the whole thing. And it is an art house film, so don't get me wrong. But for a long time, the only sort of dialogue that we get is a voiceover of a guy reading this unsettling poem. And also, this is a movie that I had to turn on the closed caption for, because their accents are very thick. They're British in this movie. Accents are very thick, and they speak very low and very soft. So I think after I turned on the closed captions, I was even more on board. But yeah, the whole entire movie just got under my skin. And as for just how art house the movie is, I was perfectly okay with that. I could have probably went the whole movie without even getting any sort of narrative. The narrative is odd. Like I said, the movie goes a long time without even having a narrative. It's just not a nightmare scenario that's reoccurring, and it just gets worse and worse every time you see it. But the movie surprisingly gives you a little bit of closure. It does not hold your hand through the movie. You got to be paying attention. The movie is deeply metaphorical. We get hints of a tragedy that happened through this main character's life at a younger age. And it never completely tells you what happened, but you get a good idea of it. And aside from the haunting imagery of the things that's happening in his life, you think about what happened to him in real life when he was younger. And that just makes the movie even more disturbing and really depressing. But I think the main selling point of the movie that's going to get people to watch the movie and rent it is this puppet that he has. The main character is a puppeteer. We don't know if he's been fired from a job. It doesn't really go into it, but he has this one puppet. And it is a mix of like a man and a spider. And it goes a long time just showing like the spider's legs. But man, whenever it starts showing the puppet's face, it just gets more haunting each time it shows it. And yeah, the movie is not based around jump scares. You know, it's not that kind of movie. But I'm telling you, the tension is built up so much that by the third act, when something does jump out, you are legitimately scared. Because that tension is just building up inside of you. And no lie, in the final 10-15 minutes, there is a jump scare that worked to wonders on me. Like, I literally jumped and I thought I was kind of going to have a heart attack. But is this a fun movie to watch? No, not necessarily. Not all art has to be fun. It's also not a movie that I'm just going to rush out and watch again. I might watch it one more time to dig more into what the movie was really trying to say, even though I think I got most of it. Yeah, it doesn't need to be fun, but at times it does feel like a chore to get through, especially in that first half. I could see people just turning it off, honestly. But for me, at least, the movie rewards you with some really unexpected moments in that final third. Like, I was really caught off guard with some of the stuff that the movie chose to do. And the fact that it did explain itself a little bit more kind of took me by surprise, yeah. I'm going to give this movie an A-. It's a really good horror flick. One of my favorite horror flicks of the year. It is a straight-up art house film, and that's important to know. Like, very light on dialogue, maybe 10 to 15 minutes total of dialogue. I think if you're a dedicated horror fan, you'd really be cheating yourself not giving this a chance. Yeah, you might walk out of it hating it, but you also might love it. If you agreed with me, please leave a comment below, and if you didn't agree with me, please leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.